Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming back, and as always thank you for the support. So today I thought I'd have a little play with this special day die. I'm also going to be using the Once Upon a Time pad, and I also got this linen card Summer Meadow. It was on like one of the sale shows. I actually bought it when I got my G2, so I'm going to be using those. Let's put those out the way for just a second. So I am going to be doing a 7x7 card, and I've already previously cut that to size. I had to use my A3 card again. This is the pearl one, so I've still not managed to get hold of any from Crafter's Companion yet, but I'm sure it will come back in at some point. So for my layers, I'm going to come in at 2 notches under the 7 and 2 notches under the 7. And this is silver mirror card, and then I've got some pearl white card as well. I think this is the gold one, and I'm going to come 4 notches under the 7 and 4 notches under the 7. So just check that those sit nicely together, and they do, and then they fit nicely on there. So this card looks a little orange to me sort of in this light, so that's fine, we can manage with that. So we'll pop those out of the way for a second. So the next thing I need is another piece of silver, and I'm going to bring this down to, I think I'm going to go to 6 by 6. And then if I bring in, no, do I need another piece of white card? So sorry, bear with me 2 seconds. Let me just, the white pearlescent card again, and that's going 2 notches under the 6. So I've prepped everything, well not prepped everything, got things ready, but then forgot about that layer. Okay, so that's there. And then I'm going to bring in this linen card, and I want the purple one. So because there's a lot of purple tones in the Once Upon a Time, so that is what I need to be using. And I'm going to start by cutting this to 6 by 6. I know it's the same size as my outer layer. It sounds mad, but we will be trimming that down, because this is what I'm cutting the die out from. Okay, so let's pop that out of the way for a minute. We don't need anything else for now. So if I pop that one out of the way as well, and that up there. So this is the die, so it cuts in and it cuts out. So if I pop this on around about there, I'm going to bring in my ruler. Sometimes this helps, sometimes it doesn't. If I just make sure my card is more or less straight at the top, and then I can pop this ruler along the line and then pop that onto there, and hopefully it should be straight-ish. It seems like sometimes the more you try and get it straight, and I use bits to try and keep things straight, I probably would have been just better off just bunging it on in the first place. Okay, so let's move that ruler out of the way. And I'm going to bring in my plates. So it will have to be the big plates, which is one I've already cut into. That's that one. Okay, so we'll pop that onto there, and then we'll pop all of those over the top, like so. And we'll pop that through. You probably won't hear it because it is so quiet. magnetic mat. I do want to try and keep these bits because I'm not using it as it's intended to be used. Let's just keep all of those to one side, just so I know which ones I've got and which ones I haven't. So we've got our day, that's not quite so important. And then I'll just rip that off the top because we are going to be using this bit anyway. So I think this is the bit which is the day. The Y. Okay. The P, sorry, from that piece there. So I'm not bothered about that because I am going to be cutting that across. So let's just bring in our trimmer. I'm just going to hopefully get that line sort of where it needs to be. Yeah, it felt like it separated. And then the same again this side. And you sort of feel it sort of separate once it's reached that spot. Okay, so there's our piece like so. We can throw that bit away because it's not big enough for us to use anything out of it. And then let me bring that trimmer back, and I just want to measure this piece here. So it's just over 4 by just under 6. Now I need this to be trimmed down to go onto this piece here. So this piece was the bit that was 2 under the 6. So let's take some more off this. So we want it to be 4 under 6. So if I take 2 that side and 2 that side, now my piece is 4 notches under the 6. Okay, so let me just grab a pencil and write that down, because you know my brain will just completely wipe it out. So we've got 4 notches under 6, and then this piece was, let's say, 4 inches. Okay, so now I can come into my Once Upon a Time pack, which is this, as it hides from me. And I'd already previously picked out a page that I wanted to use. I just have to find it. And it's this one, so I need to take, excuse me, 2 of those. And then we can move that out of the way. And I'm going to bring in my silver again. So the top piece that I want is going to be 4 notches under the 6 we said. So 1, 2, 3, 4 notches under the 6, and then 4 inches. So let me just see what that looks like from this piece here, because I will be covering up the day. So I might need to just take a little bit more off. So if we go to 5.5 plus 2 notches, and then I'm going to go to 2 notches under the 4. Okay, so I'm happy with that. So this piece here, and I'm going to be using this flower, and I'm going to be using it this way, so I need to be cutting across. So this piece was the 2 notches under the 4, so we're going to go to 4 notches under the 4. And then this piece was 5.5 and 2 notches, so I just need that to be 5.5, and hopefully that should fit in quite nicely. So have a little look. Yep. Okay, so let's pop that out of the way, and I'm going to pop this one out of the way for a moment while we do a little bit of assembling. Okay, so I'm going to come in with the all-purpose glue. You know, it's one of my favourite ones to use. Just be careful with that movie card though, because it can take the edge off. It's just squirty glue all down my trousers. Okay, rather my trousers than my card, to be honest with you. Okay, so sorry if that glares at you just a little bit. It's not going to be for very long. And then again, all purpose onto there. And I have got a bit of glue that's splodged there, but I'm just going to try just a little bit of tissue, and I'm not wiping it away, I'm just drying it. There we go. I think we have saved it. Okay, and then this piece I'm going to lay it onto there. And this is just sort of a variation on a white on white, but with some patterned papers, just to mix it up just a little bit. And I'm going to use some of the foam tape that I have. This is one that still going. This is the one that Mum got from Linda Chapman's advice. So I'm not quite sure where it's come from, but I just know it just keeps going and going. So just pop it to there. Just want to give that a little bit of lift, just making sure that's not moved. And then if I bring in my tacky glue, and there, and then we can pop that sort of central. Okay, so then this piece again I do want to raise up a little bit, but I'm not going to be able to raise it too much because this is only cardstock, so it's not going to be able to be raised too much. I think I might go with a hunky-dory strip, to be honest with you. And because I'm covering up both this and that, I can just go ahead and just pop that straight across. And I can go straight across there as well. And hopefully I've got one more. Let's go with a narrow one. I think it's the same depth. Put that there, and I can pop that across there as well. Okay, so this is all going to be hidden, and I'm going to pop the bit back in if I haven't lost it already. Okay, and then this bit at the top will flutter, so I'm just going to fold that butterfly up just before I pop this down. So we'll peel all these backs off. Obviously if you wanted this to be flat, then you can do. And this has got just a tiny little bit of a bow to it now, so I think maybe one of my foam pads might have pulled it just a little bit, but that's fine, I can live with it. It will look fine when it's on the card. So then we're just going to pop that in fairly centrally. Okay, and then this piece here, just checking that that is sitting nicely. So a little bit of the all-purpose again. If you want to go around and ink this, you can do. I was toying with the idea of doing it with the pearlescent ones, but I decided not to in the end. Okay, so this is going to go on flat, so it's going to cover up that day. It's going to cover up part of my P, but I have got that P, so we'll pop that on. Okay, and I believe might be this one. Okay, so I'm just going to use a little bit of tacky glue, pop it on. I'm just going to pop that back on, so we've still got our special. Okay, so then I'm going to bring in this other one, the one that I didn't cut up. I'm going to bring in my scissors, and I'm just going to fussy cut around this piece here. I'm going to miss out. So what I'm going to do is just, no, it's a bit sacrilegious really, cut that across there just to make it a little bit easier for me. So I'm going to miss out that first leaf, so we can make that look as though it's behind, and then I'm going to bring this second leaf in, and it's going to be a case of just keeping in what you want, getting rid of what you feel, you know, it's sort of, it's completely up to you. And if you wanted to do a third layer, you could definitely go back in on that last piece of paper and just pop the corner out and stick another layer on. So I'm just going around quite roughly, and you don't have to be too accurate because you've got the image behind, so it's going to not show anything. Okay, and I'm going to bring in my scalpel. I'm just going to cut this little bit here out. Sorry if you heard the gate go, that was just George coming in. He's decided to come up with me today. Mainly because I think he's waiting for a walk. So I'm just going to pop that bit out. And then again here. Just super roughly. There we go. And then we've got our piece here that we can pop on. So I'm just going to bring this in, just give it a little bit of shape. I'm not going super high. I think I might use these hunky-dory ones. And then these. Bear with me 2 seconds. Did have some. And we'll use these circle ones, that'll be fine. Okay. So it's just a question of popping some on. Obviously, if you wanted to use your glue gels, anything like that, horses for courses, whatever you normally use. Okay, so we're just gonna pop those backs off. And as always, a little bit of glue. We try not to put our fingers in them. And it's just a question of lining it up with the corner, because it is the corner of the page. Shouldn't be able to get that wrong. Sometimes I do still manage, but this instance we didn't. So I'm going to bring in the clear overlay pen, Just going to bring a little bit of sparkle round. It's just really just following the design of these actual flowers. If you want to use glitter, glitter would show up more. This is really quite more of a subtle sort of subtle effect. Sometimes you like it a bit more, sometimes you like it a bit less. It's just whatever you fancy. Okay, so that's that bit there. So the next thing I wanted to do, I've got this sister die, which is an old Creative Expressions and Phil Martin one from back when he was with them. And I'm going to need a little bit of that purple, and I also want a little bit of that silver, so I only need a tiny little bit. So I was watching a video today with Lou Collins, and she does what she calls a faux foiling technique. So this quite inspired me, so I thought I would give it a go on this card. So basically you cut your die out in whatever you're going to be using. So we're going to be using this gold silver foil because it matches in with our project. So we'll pop that through. Let's sit the side for a second, and then we just need to retrieve that. So let's grab a pokey tool, poke these bits out, and then my die cut, which is saying sister. Okay, so I think you can go on the side that's not quite so linen-y, if you know what I mean. It's just a slightly different colour. And it's quite important that you stick this down quite well. Okay, so the better, when I was trying this, the better you stick it down, the better it will be. Obviously I'm using glue on the back of my hand. If you've got the little, what's it called? The sticker maker, the sort of Zyron sticker maker, that would be perfect for this, because the better it is stuck down, the better the effect this has. Okay, so I'm just going to, let me just grab a bit more glue, put that under there, stick that down. Okay, so I'm going to leave this as it is size wise. Okay, I need to pop out my magnetic shim, because you never use your embossing mat with your magnetic shim. And the way I did it before, let me just double check. So I had this face down, I had my rubber mat on top, I think, and then I had my other plates, and then just pop that through. Oops, nearly lost me Gemini. Let's just check how that has done. It's great. Okay. So what that does is it embosses it into your actual card. So you actually get this faux foiled look. So it looks like it's, because it's all one level, it looks like it's actually, you've actually foiled it. Okay, so if you haven't got a foiling machine and you're looking for a little cheat, that is a great technique. Like I say, I got that from Lou Collins' video. So there's a no foil, I think it was called, the video. but certainly, you know, definitely go check out that with her, because she does lots of different things, not just sentiments. So okay, so what I need to do now is just if I get rid of let's get a fresh piece, because that one's a little bit crinkled. Okay, and then what I want to do is just matte and layer this up. So it looks like it's a bit of an odd measurement, so I'm just going to mark it with my nail, just for speed. And then that piece goes into there. Okay. Yep, I'm happy with that. Okay, so let's just pop that one out of the way. So this one, I think again I'm going to raise it, so let's just grab a quick piece of this foam. Yeah, so like I say, Lou Collins, she's the one that the video that I saw this morning. So when I was trawling, looking, you know what it's like when you're sort of looking for a bit of inspiration, and I came across her video, and I mean, she's got lots of videos, especially if you like inking. She does do some inking as well, so definitely worth popping over and having a little look. So just going to glue that up and pop that on. Okay, and then I'm going to pop that back there, and we use our tacky glue. Like so. And then what I'm going to do to finish is going to be some gems. Okay, so I've got these ones. I think these are Hunky Dory ones. And we're just going to come in. I'm just going to go on each corner. And if I grab my scalpel, and I can just carefully pop these on. Did anybody see the actual blockbuster today, the Christmassy one? What did you guys think? Oh, some nice image in them. I think my favourite one so far has been the like the Salvation Army band sort of. I thought that was really nice, and a bit like last year they had the Trooping of the Guard, didn't they? It sort of seemed a bit in the same vein, which was really nice. So I'm going to go with a big pink one on this inside. And it's the large ones. So we've got 6, haven't we, so far? 1, 2, 5, 6. So we need probably about another 3. So I think what I'm going to do is I've got a medium-sized pink one there, and I've got big ones for the purple. So I'm going to go with one big purple one. And then I'm going to pop a pink one. Oops, wants to stay. And then I'm going to pop that last little purple one. Okay, so that's those. And then for the very last thing, what I did from the Timeless Butterflies, I just popped out a couple of these butterflies in this linen card. Nearly there. A couple of them. I'm just going to pop a couple around. I'll cut out 7, but I don't know if I'm going to use them all. Let's see. So I'm just going to give it a nice little bend. Give those wings a bit of a shape. And then a little bit of glue down the centre. And let's go there. A little bit of a press down. Then we've got this little tiny, teeny tiny one. Again, a little bit of glue down the centre. And pop this one over here. Just want these wings to be up a little bit. And then I think maybe this might be the last one. I might have to do one more for the 5, mightn't I? Okay, so we'll pop this one over here. Give that a little press down. And then this one here. Again, just a bit of shaping. I'm going to bring this one in on my flower. If you wanted to, you could put pearls down the centre. I'm going to bring back in this overlay pen, and just very gently, because it's not really set yet, the glue, just gonna pop a little bit radiating out along its wings. So I'm just popping it up the centre and then just fanning out. Just means we're just going to get that little bit of sparkle on them. And then lastly, back to this one. There we go. Okay, so that's just using it slightly differently to the way that it was intended. So I just wanted to use the special as a big sort of sentiment sort of style. Like I say, do check out Lou Collins with this faux embossing technique, faux foiling technique, because it is the demonstrations that she does with it is amazing, especially like the background one, and she does a multicolored butterfly as well. So it's really, really nice. So definitely a technique that I'm going to be using again. Like I say, I have got a foiling machine, but it's nice just to be able to sort of do something quickly and get a similar result. And I know not everybody has, so you know, definitely worth checking out. I was inspired, so amazing. But that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves, guys. Bye bye.